Hi, I'm Anna with Growing Chefs Ontario, and today I'm making 4-grain pancakes to showcase the bounty of Ontario-grown grain.
Here's what you'll need: 2 bowls, a whisk, a wooden spoon, frying pan, spatula, measuring cups, measuring spoons, and a lined baking sheet. For our ingredients, we'll need 1 cup of whole wheat flour, 3/4 of a cup all-purpose flour, 1/3 of a cup cornmeal, 1/4 cup oats, 2 tablespoons sugar, 2 teaspoons baking powder, 1 teaspoon baking soda, 1 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon, 1 3/4 cup buttermilk or milk soured with acid, 1/4 cup butter melted and cooled slightly, 1/4 cup honey, 3 eggs, and extra butter or oil for cooking.
We're going to start by combining our dry ingredients. So I have my oats, my all-purpose flour, my whole wheat flour, my cornmeal, baking powder and baking soda, my cinnamon, my salt, and I'm going to use my sugar in my dry ingredients too. Sometimes sugar is categorized as a wet ingredient because it's used to mix with the butter or eggs, but I'm going to put it in my dry ingredients for this recipe. So we can whisk all of this together so everything gets really nice and incorporated. That's especially important for our chemical leaveners, our baking soda and our baking powder. And now it's time for our wet ingredients. I'm going to start with my eggs, because if I start with my eggs and I get some shell in there, it's much easier to pick out. If you've never cracked an egg before, it's okay, just take your time. Hit it against a flat surface, and then use your thumbs to open it up. To this, I'm going to add some honey and my buttermilk. This buttermilk was a byproduct of our butter making that we made in a previous video. So this is a very good way to use up that beautiful buttermilk that we've made. My honey. If you don't have honey, you could also use maple syrup, or you could add a little bit more sugar in your dry ingredients. And the last thing I'm going to add is my melted butter. When you melt your butter, let it sit for maybe 10 minutes just to cool down a little bit. If we add it to our wet ingredients when it's hot, we could cook the eggs, and we don't want to do that before we're cooking our pancakes. Now it's time to add my wet ingredients to my dry. When we're mixing our pancake batter, we want to make sure that we just mix it until all the grains are wet and we still have a lumpy batter. It's important not to overmix our pancake batter because then we'll create too much gluten. Gluten is a protein structure found in flour, and it's what provides structure to our baked goods. So if we were to overmix this batter, we would get a very dense and heavy pancake instead of a very light and fluffy one. We're ready to cook. So make sure you have your space set up before you start. I have a pan here to put my finished pancakes on so they can keep warm in the oven. I have the fat that I'm going to cook with. Today I'm using a combination of butter and oil. I have my pancake batter, my 1/4 cup measuring scoop, and my pan, which is heating over a medium to medium-high heat. And you will need to adjust the heat depending on how quickly or how slowly your pancakes are cooking. So I'm gonna start by putting in a bit of fat. And you know your pan is hot enough when you can hear it sizzle and you can see your butter start to melt fairly quickly. My butter is melted, it's time to scoop. Because we're using a lot of different grains, they will absorb a lot of moisture, and your pancake batter might get fairly thick as you go along in this cooking process. If it gets way too thick, that's okay. You could add a little bit of milk or water just to thin it out. What we're looking for as we're cooking are these beautiful bubbles that are coming up on the edges of our pancake, and that's how we know that we're getting close to being able to flip them. To check if you can flip them, gently put your spatula underneath and lift them up. If it looks pretty solid under there, and it does, just wiggle your spatula underneath and, using a bit of confidence, flip it over. I have some really nice browning on the edges. It's getting a little bit darker than I want, but I know it's still going to be tasty, and that's because I used butter. We know when our pancakes are finished because they're brown on both sides, and we've given them a few minutes to steam on the inside and cook through. If this is your first time making pancakes, you can give it a check by cutting it in half. I've cut this pancake in half, and I can see that it's cooked all the way through. I don't see any wet parts in my pancake, which means that I've let it cook for enough time. So this is great. And the one you cut in half is a fun chef snack. So I'm gonna keep going on the rest of these pancakes, alternating with a little bit of oil and a little bit of butter so I don't get too much brown butter as I go. And if your first round of pancakes don't work out, that's totally okay. It's perfectly normal for the first batch of pancakes to burn a little bit as you get your pan to the correct temperature. And here you have it, our 4-grain pancakes featuring Ontario grown grain. I've piled them up, topped them with our cultured butter that we made our buttermilk with, and poured a bit of honey on top. Maple syrup would also work great too, and fresh